All right. Well, welcome one and welcome all yet again to Improv Bible Study here on the world's noisiest chair channel in Junk Shop Library. We're working our way through the book of Numbers. We're reading every word of the King James. We're having entirely too much fun with it because it's all bullshit. Now you know where we stand here in the library. 24th chapter of Numbers today. The continuing adventures of Balaam the Unflappable, Balak the Determined, and Yahweh the Amnesiac. If you didn't get that, you skipped 23. "24. And when Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he went not, as at other times, to seek for enchantments, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents according to their tribes, and the Spirit of God came upon him. And he took up his parable, and said, Balaam the son of Beor hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said. He hath said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open, How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel! As the valleys they are spread forth, as gardens by the river's side, as the trees of line aloes which the Lord hath planted, and as cedar trees beside the waters. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters. And his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. God brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of a unicorn. He shall eat up the nations his enemies, and shall break their bones, and pierce them through with his arrows. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as a great lion. Who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee. And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor, but lo, the Lord hath kept thee back from honor. And Balaam said unto Balak, Spake I not also to thy messengers which thou sentest unto me, saying, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandment of the Lord, to do either good or bad of mine own mind, but what the Lord saith, that will I speak? And now behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. And he took up his parable, and said, Balaam the son of Beor hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, He hath said, which heard the words of God, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession, Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have a dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable, and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. And he looked on the Kenites, and took up his parable, and said, Strong is thy dwelling place, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock. Nevertheless, the Kenites shall be wasted, until Ashur shall carry thee away captive. And he took up his parable, and said, Alas, who shall live when God doeth this? And ships shall come from the coast of Kittim, and shall afflict Ashur, and shall afflict Eber, and he also shall perish forever. And Balaam rose up, and went, and returned to his place, and Balak also went on his way. Numbers 24. I told you so. So poor King Balak, having built altars 15 through 21 and sacrificed a bullock and a ram on each of them, sees old man Balaam go wandering off in a trance, staring out over the tents of the Israelites, says there's going to be even more of them, nobody can stop them, they're going to sweep away all that they encounter, rule over all they survey, thus saith the Lord. Balak says, Balaam, dude, what part of curse my enemies so that I can win in battle don't you understand? Balaam says, Balak, dude, what part of I can only bless or curse who God says it's okay to bless or curse don't you understand? And then Balaam gets distracted and wanders off into a trance. Starts pointing in random directions and says, and the Israelites are going to conquer the people that live over there. And the people are going to conquer the Israelites are going to conquer the people who live over there. And the Israelites are going to conquer the people who live over there. And, oh, hi. Balak says, I hate you. Go home. Balaam says, okay, and he goes home. And so does Balak. For a story that started out with Jehovah, God of heaven, appearing to Balaam, prophet of the Lord, and sending an angel armed with a sword to stop him from going where Jehovah told him it was okay to go, and a talking donkey and casual animal abuse and divine revelation. For a story that started with that, ends on a bit of an anticlimax. Get everybody together in one place, a little bit of foretelling the future, and then everybody goes their respective ways. Fucking Seinfeld finale up in here. And that's it. It's a bunch of I told you so, and a bunch of, oh, by the way, the Israelites going to run roughshod over everybody, in case you hadn't guessed it already, because this is their book. That's it. Well, we'll be back soon with Numbers chapter 25. It's going to be hard to top these last few for sheer raw comedic potential. Maybe we'll get another massacre. Those are always fun. Makes you want to convert right on the spot, doesn't it? Alrighty. Like and subscribe. Take care and be safe. And we'll see you again here soon. We have fun.